Heya Cryptozens. Tonight's show, the Ethereum Merge, what to expect. It's 10 p.m. Pacific and the date is July 31st, 2022. Welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter. My name is Nikodemus and I'll be your host. The cover model, mascot, and co-host for this podcast is Tex. And together we take a nightly look at the crypto, NFT, and metaverse space and the industry that surrounds it. And keep in mind, nothing in this show should ever be considered financial advice. As it has been announced in many places, including here on this show, the merge is coming. It's one of the most critical technical updates for Ethereum since it started. There is a multi-stage plan for Ethereum to achieve its final form, and there are still more urges to go. There's the surge, the verge, the purge, the splurge, and then it will be done. And don't fall for it. I know people talk about this series of upgrades as the road to Ethereum 2.0. It's not Ethereum 2.0. It's the same Ethereum as before, just better. All the ledger, all the balances, all the transactions, they're still going to be there on-chain just as they were before. It's not new. If that were true, there would be no transactional history. So no, it's not going to be Ethereum 2.0. It's just Ethereum better. Ethereum complete. What it really is it's Ethereum finally finished. That's right. All this time, people are buying Ethereum and thinking nothing of it. We've been buying it, we've been spending it, investing it, and it's not even complete. I guess that's not really new if you think about it. I mean, right now, Bitcoin advocates will tell you that Bitcoin is only 80% complete, which sounds weird, right? The money you're using is only 80% finished. But that is right. Ethereum is an incomplete product. And we know it's not complete because the Ice Age is still a threat. Now, the Ice Age is the boogeyman, the Ethereum difficulty bomb. And the Ethereum difficulty bomb is like the world's worst nag. Here's what I mean by that. My wife knows me, and knowing me, she knows that there are certain kinds of tasks that I'm tempted to say, that's enough, I'll just do the rest later. And usually it's like something like cleaning up after assembling something or fixing something or whatever. The point is, she knows that there are some things that I just won't go back and do unless I get nagged about it. And that's what the Ethereum difficulty bomb is, right? Okay, let's talk about the bomb, because it is an important part of the Ethereum Merge story. Now, Ethereum was always meant to be proof of stake. Did you know that? That's right. It was intended that Ethereum start off life as a proof of work blockchain, and then it would be transitioned into a proof of stake blockchain. But the wise voices knew, just like my wife knows, that without some nagging, it probably won't get done. Because changing Ethereum from proof of work to proof of stake isn't a simple, easy task. It's difficult, and it carries a mind-boggling amount of risk. And those are things that might discourage a body from working on the merge if they don't have to. Difficult, unpleasant, risky. Knowing that, they knew that they would need a good source of motivation to complete the proof of stake transition. And that's where the difficulty bomb comes in with its threat of an Ethereum Ice Age. The rally is slipping. At the time of writing, the global crypto market cap is $1.09 trillion. It's down 1.09% in 24. The top 5 cryptos by market cap are Bitcoin down 1.52%, Ethereum down 1.14%, Tether, USDC, and Binance Coin down 1.36%. The difficulty bomb is a mechanism, and this mechanism increases the difficulty of proof of work puzzles. Well, increasing the difficulty results in longer than normal block times, and longer block times means less Ethereum rewards for miners. See, the idea is for the difficulty to raise exponentially, and eventually this will lead to the Ice Age. That's when the chain is too difficult to mine. Activity halts, and it stops producing blocks. That's the Ice Age part of the mechanism, and it is what will happen if the merge is not completed. So not only does it provide some motivation for the devs to finish the proof of stake transition, it also discourages proof of work mining once the swap from proof of work to proof of stake has taken place. Now, the difficulty bomb has been moved before. It was delayed, for example, in both the Byzantine and the Constantinople upgrades. In the merge itself, that's where the Ethereum mainnet merges with the Beacon Chain's proof of stake system. The Ethereum Foundation gives an exact definition of the term. Quote, "The merge represents the joining of the existing execution layer of Ethereum, the mainnet we use today, with its new proof of stake consensus layer, the Beacon Chain." Now, the Beacon Chain, that's what's going to make the whole thing go. It's a separate blockchain parallel to the Ethereum network. Now, currently, it's not processing transactions on the mainnet. That's the point of the merge. That said, it has been reaching consensus on its own through agreeing on active validators and their account balances. So, created on December 1st, 2020, the Beacon Chain is secured by proof of stake consensus. So, the merge is when the two systems, Ethereum's proof of stake mainnet and the Beacon Chain running proof of stake, when they come together. And that's where proof of stake takes over for proof of work. So now it looks like this day is finally arriving, September 19th. But there is yet one more test in the way. Gurley. That's right. They need to test a final testnet merge to the Beacon Chain. Tim Byko took to Twitter to announce the details on the Gurley testnet transition. See, what they've done, they've got a Beacon Chain called Praetor, and then they're going to run Praetor through the upgrade process called Bellatrix. That will merge Gurley and Praetor chains, and then the resultant product will retain the Gurley name. The global NFT market cap is up 8.57%. Sales volume is also up 0.84% in 24 hours. According to CoinMarketCap, the top 5 NFT collections by sales volume are CryptoPunks, followed by Stickmen Toys, Mutant Apes, Bored Apes, and Otherdeed. Now keep in mind, some of these collections have very volatile prices, so do your own research. So, Byko's tweet announced that the Bellatrix upgrade would happen on August 4th, and the merge with Gurley would happen between the 6th and the 12th. Okay, with me so far? Then comes Paris. That is the second phase of the upgrade. And what that does is it replaces the code in the execution layer. This is expected to happen between the 6th and the 12th. And the reason for a date range is because the event is triggered by a block height or a difficulty number. So they can't predict it with a great deal of precision. That said, once the upgrade takes place, the next block will be produced solely by a proof of stake validator. And this test is going to work a little differently. The Gurley merge is going to be different because the node operators will need to do something. They'll need to update the consensus layer and the execution layer. Usually it's just one or the other, but in this case, both are going to be upgraded in tandem. And that test is really just for the node operators and the testnet participants. Hodlers and stakers won't have to do anything on their end. And it marks the final major step before the mainnet officially emerges with the Beacon Chain on September 19th. Now, Vitalik Buterin was in France recently. He was at the Ethereum Community Conference. That's where he laid out his vision for the future developments, because there are upgrades that will still need to happen if Ethereum is going to take its final form. Like right now, there are people out there thinking that the Beacon Chain merge is going to help with transaction fees. It won't. That's a different part of the plan. It's not going to help with transaction times either. So Buterin started naming off the remaining upgrades: Surge, Verge, Purge, and Splurge. And as goofy as those names might sound, they make sense in context. They refer to the upgrades to do with scaling and cleanup and evolution. Now, like I said, some Bitcoin advocates only consider Bitcoin to be 80% complete. Well, Buterin is saying that Ethereum is just 40% of the way to complete. After the merge, Buterin puts that number at 55%. So these changes are all geared to make Ethereum a robust, more powerful network. And that's an important consideration because, yes, Ethereum is money, but it's also a network. Speedy, accurate communications are important. It's an application that hundreds of other applications depend on, And again, speed and accuracy are important here. Those are considerations far beyond what non-crypto denominations need to worry about. And those speedy and accurate communications are clearly on Buterin's mind. He said, quote, Ethereum today can process about 15 to 20 transactions a second. This Ethereum, including the rollups, including the sharding, is going to be able to process 100,000 transactions a second. Now, the sharding bit that he mentioned, that's the surge. It's a scaling solution that the Ethereum Foundation is saying will enable cheap layer 2 blockchains. And that will lower the cost of rollups and bundle transactions and make it easier to run a node. And it's expected that this process will make transactions faster as well. Now, the Verge will implement a couple of technical upgrades. These will let users become network validators without having to store an extensive amount of data on their machine. This is where proof of stake comes in. Validators will lock up or stake their ETH and verify transactions. Now, the Purge involves getting rid of old network history. Buterin explains it as, quote, the Purge, trying to actually cut down the amount of space you have to have on your hard drive, trying to simplify the Ethereum protocol over time, and not requiring nodes to store history. And the last part, the splurge, that's the junk drawer. That's the miscellaneous category of upgrade requests. As Buterin put it, quote, all of the other fun stuff. So short term, I would be a little suspicious of anyone claiming that the merge is going to do anything other than move Ethereum to proof of stake. It's not going to bring down transaction fees. It's not going to speed up transactions. That's the surge. It's not going to make it cheaper or easier to run a node. That's the Verge. Well, and the Purge too, getting rid of the unneeded data. So while not financial advice, I see a big surge of buying in a run-up to merge day. Then I see post-merge, people becoming disillusioned that the price of transaction fees haven't changed, that transactions haven't gotten any faster. And then they dump because they didn't understand what the merge was supposed to do. On the other hand, the transaction from proof of work to proof of stake has its own advantages. For one, nobody's undertaking such a mammoth feat. But point number two, there are a lot of people out there truly concerned with the environment. They're worried about what they perceive as damage being done to the planet to mine crypto. So those people should be happy with the merge. Going proof of stake will get rid of like 99% of ETH's greenhouse gas emissions. That's going to make a lot of folks very happy. And hopefully they express that happiness by opening up their wallets. And we're going to call it for the night. I want to thank you, my listeners, because when you stop listening, I will stop talking. You stay safe out there. Watch out for yourselves, but watch out for each other too. We'll see you tomorrow night.